The year is 1000 AD. King Olaf Tryggvason of Norway is sailing home. He has 70 ships. He has 3,000 men. He does not know. Waiting for him are 3 enemy kings, 300 ships, over 10,000 swords. There is no land to run to, no walls to hide behind, only the sea. And on that sea, 300 men will choose to die standing. This is the Battle of Svolder. To understand why Olaf had to die, we have to understand who he was. Olaf Tryggvason was not born king. He was a Viking, a raider, a man who became Christian and tried to force all of Norway to kneel to his new god. He burned pagan temples. He killed chieftains who refused baptism. He married the sister of a Danish king, then divorced her. That was mistake number 1. Mistake number 2, he took the throne of Norway and pissed off everyone. The Swedish king, Olaf Tryggvason, hated him. The Danish king, Sweyn Forkbeard, wanted revenge. And Earl Haakon's son, Eric, he wanted Norway back. So they made a pact, a secret alliance. When Olaf sails out, we end him. And Olaf, he sailed anyway. Because kings don't hide. Summer, 1000 AD, the Baltic Sea. Olaf is returning from a trip to Wenland with 70 ships. His fleet is big, but it's stretched thin. Most of his best warriors are on his flagship, the Ormen Lange, the long Serpent. It was 37 meters long, 34 sets of oars, a dragon's head at the bow. It was the most feared ship in the north. But the Alliance knew his route. They waited at Svolder, a narrow strait between islands, the perfect kill box. When Olaf sailed in, they blocked the exit. 300 ships, 3 lines, no way out. Imagine that moment. You're at sea. You look left, enemy sails. Right, enemy sails. Behind you, enemy sails. A messenger ran to Olaf. "King, we are surrounded, 10-1. Olaf's response? Then we will fight. Tell the men to chain the ships together. This is what made Svolder different. In a normal battle, you run, you retreat, you save yourself. At Svolder, retreat meant drowning. So Olaf did something insane. He ordered his 11 best ships to be lashed side by side with iron chains and rope. Why? Because now they couldn't be pushed back. They couldn't break formation. It became a floating fortress, a wall of wood and steel. The 300 best warriors stood on those chained decks. Archers, berserkers, Olaf himself on the Ormen Lange. The rest of the fleet, they were told to escape if they could. Most did. But 300 stayed. Picture it. A wall of Viking shields chained together with 10,000 men trying to break it. Ship after ship ramming into them, arrows like rain, axes splitting wood. The Danes came first, Sweyn's men. They were pushed back. Then the Swedes pushed back. For hours, the chain held. But 10-1 is still 10-1. Earl Eirik was smart. He didn't waste men on the front. He went for the Ormen Lange. He brought his biggest ship, the Iron Beard, and he boarded. This was hand to hand. No more arrows, just axes, swords, and blood on wood. Saga writers say Olaf fought like a god. He threw spears, he cut down men, but arrows were flying everywhere. One arrow hit him, then another. Wounded, outnumbered, with his deck turning red, Olaf made his final choice. The Vikings had a code. Do not be captured. Do not be a slave. So King Olaf, King of Norway, walked to the side of his ship, armor on, sword in hand, and he jumped into the sea. Some say his men followed him.
They believed they had won. They believed the story was over. They were wrong. Because 2 months later, the Greek fleet crushed Xerxes at the Battle of Salamis. His army was broken at Plataea. The Persian Empire never recovered from the fear the Spartans put in them. 300 men did not stop an invasion. But they showed the world one truth that never dies. You do not need to win the battle to win the war of memory. You only need to choose to stand. This is the story of Thermopylae.
The Battle of Svolder is forgotten. Everyone knows Thermopylae, but no one talks about the men who chained themselves to their fate. Would you have stayed on those ships? Comment chained if you would have stood with Olaf. Comment run if you'd cut the rope. If you want part 2, the story of Earl Eirik and what happened in Norway next, subscribe. Because history isn't just about winners. It's about the men who refused to lose with honor. I'll see you in the next one.